Greetings, motherfuckers! Fake Sagan in the house. And I'm still sick, but not too sick to give you some TLDW goodness. And I want to talk about e-begging again. I read the comments, and I know a lot of people think I'm really arrogant and autocratic, and I never doubt myself. I think I'm infallible, and I never make mistakes, and I'm just entirely self-assured about everything. Well, I think that's kind of unfair. I mean, I admit when I make mistakes, and my critics just don't seem to acknowledge those times. But I do ignore criticism, as a rule. I always have, I always will. That has less to do with thinking that I'm perfect, though, than, not wanting people to influence my decisions, because I don't think ethics should be a group activity. I think it's something everybody should do solo. I think 9 times out of 10 you listen to your feelings and they'll steer you in the right direction, but when you start listening to other people, you get confused and kind of go off track. But I'm thinking about this e-begging stuff, and I'm doubting myself. I'm having some self-doubts. Mostly because of how the battle lines are lining up here. If I look at this from an outsider's perspective, there's an argument with a pro and a con, and the pro side is The Amazing Atheist and Saturnine Films. And the con side is Jesus Freak, EUL, who else do we got? Soup Excellency. Yeah, he's back. He's Supreme Excellency now. And me. And Mel's Basket Case. So, 3 irredeemable jackasses. The coolest guy on YouTube. And one very wise yet undeniably eccentric person. So, I'm in this weird mixed company on this issue, and it's making me all uncomfortable. Am I in the wrong on this one? Well, I was talking to TJ on MSN, and I said to him, I don't get why it's lame when Brett did this, but it isn't lame now. What changed? Do I just have Asperger's syndrome or something? Because, what am I missing here? And he said, dude, people just hated Brett. And I said, well, I didn't hate Brett, and I thought it was lame when he e-begged. And he said, yeah, but that's your ethic. And ever since he said that to me, that's just been going through my head over and over again. That's your ethic, that's your ethic, that's your ethic, that's your ethic. Is that my ethic? I can't always tell when ethics are mine, which probably sounds kind of weird. But let me explain. I'm going to go out on a limb once again here, and I got myself in trouble assuming that Cody lived at home when he doesn't. But I'm going to assume, once again, that TJ and Cody both had kind of secular upbringings. Now, in TJ's case, I think that's a pretty safe guess, because we all saw him call his mom an old-ass bitch, and she didn't bat an eyelash. Now, usually if somebody doesn't have a stick up their ass about profanity, they're probably not overly religious. In Cody's case, I don't know what it is that makes me think that. There's no obvious indicating factors, but just something about him tells me he wasn't raised religious. So, what you gotta understand is that if religion were the Matrix, these two would be the natural human beings that were born free in Zion, and I would be like one of the motherfuckers with the plug on the back of their neck. I was raised very, very religious. Not just kind of, sort of, let's go to church if we have time Catholic, but, extreme Jesus 24/7 Irish Catholic, where every dinner table conversation was about abortion or what the Pope was saying, or, big Irish family, big Catholic to-do about everything. My grandfather used to make the props for the annual Passion Play at the church. He was a carpenter. So round about January, little hardcase is running around the neighborhood wielding the mallet that nailed the Savior to the cross. That's how Catholic I was raised. And you know what somebody who doesn't come from that could never understand is how much it sticks with you. Because, since this e-begging thing has started, I've been thinking a lot about ethics, what ethics mean. I hate these questions. I haven't thought about shit like this since I was a young, naive philosophy major, since my Dill Demon Eve days. I guess to somebody who's a nihilist and thinks there's no such thing as objective right or wrong, which I am, ethics are little more than handicaps. Yet, without any of them at all, we're nothing more than jackals. So, some handicaps are good. It's kind of like walking a tightrope between being weak and being too strong. Well, I've been thinking about e-begging, and I'm wondering if part of me doesn't envy the fact that that TJ and Cody are more shameless than I am. Shame being a wasted emotion. I'm wondering if maybe my aversion to this e-begging isn't some residue of my Christian upbringing that's managed to cling to me after all these years, like traces of semen on a rape victim. It's hard to tell sometimes. Religion, at bottom, when you look at what it really is, it's an artificial morality that supplants the real morality that everyone has innately, that we're all born with. And, it replaces the morality that you have, and then you spread it. Kind of like a virus replaces the DNA in a cell and then replicates itself. Or are they just greedy, selfish dumbasses? I'm really not sure. And I'm not taking an opinion poll either. You guys can leave your comments, but I'm going to disregard them. I always do. These should always be internal struggles. Everyone, whether you're an atheist or you're religious or what have you, you should always struggle with yourself. But I want to know, TJ and Cody, do you struggle with yourselves? Or is everything terribly simple to you? Was there a moment's hesitation when you said to yourselves, should I really be begging for money from strangers on the internet for something that I don't really need in a life or death sort of way? Is this lame? Am I embarrassing myself? Or was it just all really, did you just go into it with your eyes open like, yep, I deserve their money. I'm perfectly entitled to panhandle. Am I handicapped by an outmoded sense of shame? Or are you two just shameless? Ponder this while I fly the miniature remote-controlled helicopter.